In other news, with 17 to 25 named storms, 4 to 7 of which could possibly develop into Category 3 to 5 hurricanes, local meteorologists are strongly advising Bahamians to pay close attention to areas prone to flooding, as sea levels could rise even higher this time around. LaDawn Davis sat down with the head of the Met Office to find out about the dangers, its impact on the water table, and a new technology used to pinpoint these flood-prone areas.
Coastal erosion, water seeping from the ground, along with seawater intrusion are contributing factors to the country's sea level rise, making it difficult for Bahamians with ground wells on their properties to access fresh potable water. It's a situation Acting Director of the Met Office, Jeffrey Simmons, says Bahamians must pay close attention to.
We found out that a lot of areas where you could have dug a well a few feet in the yard, you would have gotten fresh water. The water is not so fresh anymore. And that's a result of the saltwater intrusion that has really taken place. The water table would also rise. So in areas where there never used to be any heavy flooding, especially in times of heavy rainfall, you'll begin to see more flooding going on in these areas.
The month of June marks the beginning of the rainy season, and ironically, it's also the start of this year's above-active hurricane season. Simmons says with very little elevation, the Bahamas is one of the most vulnerable countries globally due to its geographical location. But when asked what feet in sea level is considered catastrophic, Simmons said this.
When you're looking at storm surge, right, anything above the average height, which would be like 6 feet, right, could be dangerous. Especially it then depends on how close you are to the coastline. So, to get 6 feet of water, you'll actually be swimming in your yard. And that is catastrophic for us. So, when you look at a Category 3 hurricane or above, a major hurricane, 3, 4, or 5, you're looking at up to 20 feet of water. And that is something that we would have seen during Dorian.
But to avoid a reoccurrence like the devastation left behind by 2019's Hurricane Dorian over in Abaco and Grand Bahama, Simmons says the Met Office will be utilizing its storm risk maps to zero in on what flooding would look like before, during, and after the storm.
Develop a storm risk map for the Bahamas, and it's something that we're putting out, for the first time this year. And where we would be able to get a good idea of what the flooding or what level of storm surge we can expect on our islands and where on our islands.
But although these storm risk maps have proven effective, Simmons is advising Bahamians to heed storm warnings, get their hurricane supplies, and prepare for more intense storms this hurricane season. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, follow us at ZNS Digital on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on our website at znsbahamas.com.